The brutal truth about women Machiavelli would tell you today: the wrong woman can destroy a man faster than war. Not with violence, but with something much colder: seduction, confusion, and slow emotional collapse. Machiavelli didn't write about Tinder, but his wisdom echoes louder today than ever. Because what he did write about was power, control, survival. And make no mistake, choosing the wrong woman is not just an emotional risk. It's a strategic error, a threat to your legacy, your freedom, even your sanity. Yet most men walk into this trap smiling, believing love will save them. But love without strategy is suicide. Helen of Troy didn't swing a sword, but her beauty launched 1,000 ships and burned a kingdom. Samson wasn't defeated in battle, he fell to Delilah. And modern men, they're no different. Every day, men with potential, men with drive, vision, strength, are destroyed not by enemies but by the women they choose. Because here's the Machiavellian truth: the wrong woman isn't just a bad match, she's an agent of chaos, a liability, a force that can unravel everything you've worked for. And it doesn't happen all at once. It starts with drama, manipulation, a feeling that you're walking on eggshells. Then comes the erosion of your purpose, sacrificing your mission to maintain her emotions. Until one day you realize, you're not the man you were. Your focus is gone, your confidence shattered, and worst of all, your kingdom is burning and she's watching it with dry eyes. Machiavelli would say this isn't weakness, it's failure of strategy. Because a wise man doesn't just build a fortress, he chooses who he lets through the gates. She's exciting, spontaneous, addictive, she laughs loud, cries harder, and every night feels like a movie. But here's the thing: chaos wears lipstick. And for the average man, chaos is irresistible. Because we've been trained to confuse emotional turbulence with passion, we think unpredictability means depth, that a woman who stirs something wild in us must be the one. But Machiavelli would ask, what's the cost of that excitement? When you fall for chaos, you give up control. You find yourself arguing over nothing, explaining your every move, apologizing for emotions that aren't even yours. One day she adores you, the next she withdraws. And you spend your time chasing her mood instead of chasing your mission. That's not love, that's psychological warfare. She doesn't have to be evil, just unconscious, emotionally unstable, addicted to the drama that keeps her feeling alive. And if you're not careful, she'll make you feel alive too, right before she empties your soul. This is why strategy matters. Because not all chemistry is divine, sometimes it's a warning. And if you're the kind of man who's been told to just follow your heart, that's exactly how she finds you. Machiavelli didn't believe in fairy tales, he believed in results, in reading people, in knowing how to spot danger before it strikes. And when it comes to love, he'd offer this: emotions are real, but they are not reliable. A man who lets emotion lead, especially with women, is a man who surrenders his kingdom at the gates. Because love, when unmanaged, is weakness. This doesn't mean don't love, it means love like a general, with vision, with caution, and with leverage. The right woman can multiply your empire, but the wrong one can dismantle it brick by brick. Machiavelli would say, love her, but never be blind. Test her, observe her, delay your surrender. Is she stable? Is she disciplined? Does she thrive in peace or feed on conflict? You don't just choose a partner, you choose a direction, a destiny. And if you're not strategic about it, you're not a romantic, you're a casualty. Machiavelli's wisdom isn't just about winning wars, it's about preventing the ones you never had to fight. And for a man, few battles are more dangerous, or more expensive, than a woman chosen in haste. Especially when he calls it love. If this truth cuts deep, if it makes you think about choices you've made or ones you still can, then don't leave it here. Hit subscribe. We drop fire like this every single week, only on the Irresistible Effect. Most men don't have high standards, they have availability standards. If she's hot, if she wants him, he says yes. That's not power, that's desperation wrapped in dopamine. Machiavelli would scoff at this, because true power is not in taking what's offered, it's in knowing what to refuse. The high-value man doesn't chase, he selects. He doesn't fear loneliness, he fears wasted energy, wasted years, wasted legacy. High standards are not about arrogance, they're about protection. Because the moment you lower your standards, you invite destruction in disguise. It's the man who says I'll never tolerate disrespect who avoids the woman who tests his soul. It's the man who says I need peace, not chaos, who finds one who multiplies his focus, not fractures it. Women test, not maliciously, instinctively. They push, they provoke, they watch, not to hurt you but to you. to see if you're firm, rooted, real. And the man who has no standards, he fails the test, and blames her for the fall. Machiavelli would say, it's not her fault for being fire, it's yours, for walking in without armor. This isn't just about dating, it's about destiny. The woman you choose doesn't just share your bed, she shapes your future. She'll influence your energy, your confidence, your clarity. She'll affect your health, your wealth, your mission. And for many men, she'll be the difference between a legacy built or a life wrecked. Machiavelli knew alliances are everything. And what's marriage if not the most dangerous alliance of all? Choose the wrong woman, and you might survive, but you won't rise. Your friends will see it before you do. Your spark will dim. Your ambition will shrink to fit her comfort zone. You'll stay for the kids, for the house, for the version of yourself you think still exists. But he's already gone because she drained him. This is why one good woman is worth more than 1,000 flings, because one aligned partner can fuel your empire. She sees you, supports you, challenges you, but never against you. She's peace, fire, discipline, devotion, and if you find her, treat her like royalty. But until then, guard your kingdom like your life depends on it, because it does. The greatest mistake a man can make is thinking love is harmless. It's not, it's powerful, dangerous, world-changing. And that's why it must be handled with wisdom, not wishful thinking. Machiavelli never hated love, he respected it, but he warned against the blindness it brings, and that's what this is really about, because the wrong woman won't just hurt you, she'll detour your path, dismantle your values, rewrite your story into a tragedy. But the right woman, she amplifies your essence. She reminds you who you are. She pushes you toward your vision, not away from it. You don't need many, just one, the right one. But until you find her, be ruthless. In your boundaries, in your standards, in your commitment to your purpose. Because if you don't guard your life, someone else will write it for you. And they won't have your best interests in mind. If this video cracked something open in you, share it. Send it to a man who needs to hear this. And don't forget, we release unfiltered truth like this every single week, right here on The Irresistible Effect. Hit subscribe, join the mission, and remember, it's not just about who you love, it's about who you become because of it.